Welcome guys to a video with me, the Stonk Dad. I'm super happy to be with you guys during this week. And a little guest stars with me. They're in the back here. You can see the puppy and then Aspie. She's here. You can barely see her, but we're in the process of moving around rooms in our house, so that's kind of why you've seen me in my room. We're getting ready for the nursery for the new baby coming in the next few months or so, 3 to 4 months. So hopefully I'm back in my office and stuff in a new office within the next month or two. Hopefully in the next month, because I'm kind of tired of being in here on my computer all the time. But yeah. Yeah, so this video, I'm going to be back testing the convergence tool like I usually do almost every single week. I do want to go over how that performed and the win rate going off of that. And from my previous videos, you guys have seen that I like showing off that convergence tool when I am, when I'm, and you got the kid back here. Can you behave? You got to go back. Go watch your show while Daddy's doing this, okay? I know he is. But yeah, I know you guys have liked me doing the backtest videos and just showing the win rate of that tool. And I do quite enjoy doing the backtest myself because it shows to me how well that tool works just by strictly following that tool. So I'm going to keep doing it and showing the win rate to you guys every single week. But yeah, if you guys want more detailed stuff that goes into the convergence, you would have to go into my Discord and see the live one and see exactly where prices and stuff. But I do want to make this quick video just like I normally do, just eyeballing each little convergence flip. And if you guys don't know what convergence is, I will be going over that very briefly in this video too. So let's get into this video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on the charts. Okay, so here is the market net flow tool. Here are the convergence bars down here at the bottom. I will be going over each and every day starting from Monday to Friday, and I will be screenshotting and drawing on each of these charts so you guys get a better idea of what's going on, okay? So let's go on to Monday, the 27th of November, which was last Monday. Let's take a screenshot here and drag it on over so you guys can see. So usually when I want to get into convergence trades, it is when there's a vast gap in between calls and puts, which is this green and red line. Those tend to be the very, very best trades to get into because there's a clear direction in the market and you can catch some really, really nice moves to the upside or downside depending on what flow's telling you, okay? So again, convergence is the strength of price action relative to flow. That is very important. So if there's a movement in price, convergence will flip if it goes with it, and you can catch some really, really nice moves, whichever way flow is telling you. Okay. So for this backtest video, strictly for backtesting, I count 50-cent moves to the upside or downside depending on what convergence is telling me. If it's green or red, if it's green. And there's a 50-cent upside move on SPY, then I will count that as a win. And the contrary goes if it's a loss or red convergence too. And if that doesn't make sense to you, follow along and it will make a little bit more sense to you, okay? So here's the Monday flow data. You can see that the first 15 minutes I do not count because flow data is trying to work itself out. But you can see that calls broke above here at about $6 million and then puts were about at 0. You could have caught a very nice green convergence shortly after that 15 minutes was up. It did head down, but not very much. And then we had a very nice move to the upside here, about $1 to 80 cents to $1 move to the upside there from the highs. So we will count this one as a win. It did chop you around, so if you were disciplined in this trade, you could have made it out alive. If you set stop losses, you would have been break even or so, but for the vast majority of us, we would have got out of that convergence flip with a win with the green convergence flip down here, okay? So here's another one up here. This one was kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. It did flip at the high here. You can see this green dot. It looks like it flipped down here too, but it was short-lived with the gray convergence, so we won't count that one just because it was within a minute or two. But this one here was a little bit rough because we did immediately fall back down. We went back up a little bit and then we went down. So we probably will have to count that one as a loss, but it made it right back on this next one here, okay? Aspen, can you turn that down, please? I'm trying to record my video, okay? That's what you get for being a father, right? So this one is a good one here. This one went from like 454.90 or so on SPY, and then went all the way up to 455.40. So that was a 50-cent move to the upside. We will count that one as a win. That was a really, really good one there. And then this one at the end of the day looks like it caught about half the move up, and that one looks like that one would have been okay too. If you were risk managed, you would have made out alive with that one. So that one went 3 for 4. Let me make sure I copy those and put them over here so I can go back and show you guys the win rate. Okay, so there's that one. That was Monday. A little bit rocky as far as convergence goes. You would have had to get in and out of those trades pretty rapidly, but if you're disciplined in those trades, you would have been very green on that day. So that was Monday. Let's take a look at Tuesday. So Tuesday looks like a pretty decent day, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the morning move was the best, but then you kind of got chopped around towards the end of the day. But this first green convergence looks like it was the banger of the day. Oops, that was a terrible line. So it looks like it flipped around this 455 level, around there. And then it went all the way up to 456.25-ish, it looks like, or 456. So about $1 move to the upside on that green convergence here. So that was the first one of the day. That one looks to be like that one was the banger of the entire day. So if you scroll over here a little bit towards midday, it looks like this one you probably would have just gotten chopped out. It looks like it flipped around 450, 450 and went up maybe only a quarter before going back down and then flipping gray about here. So this one might have been, let's see. It looks like that might have been like a wash trade, maybe even a loss. I might just wash that one because it was so close and it got you out pretty rapidly on that breakdown below. It looks like it broke above EMAs and then it fell below, so you probably would have gotten stopped out regardless. So I'm probably just going to wash that one. It looks like this one was about the same thing, but it looks like it kept you in for a little bit longer, so we will probably have to take that one as a loss. But then towards the end of the day, it caught a very nice move to the upside, about 50 to 75 cents to the upside, about 15 minutes before close there. Okay, so that one was the win. So we'll do 2 wins and 1 loss, 2 for 3. Not bad, to be honest, especially if you took this morning one when flow developed, when calls broke above here, and then puts were well below it. This one would have been pretty much the banger of the day, right? And those are always the best to get the trades out of the day, or done with the day. Okay, so there's that one, 2 for 3. I already got it. Cool. Let's move along here, the 29th. So this one was a little bit rough because it looks like we had some pretty choppy flow. But we did trend down for most of the day here. So let's take a look and see what we have here. So this is the green convergence at open. It looks like it started pretty much right at market open, but right about here is when that first 15 minutes was over. And it looks like it did go up about 75 cents or so. So that one would have been a win, actually, if you would have waited that first 50 minutes and still got in. You could have caught a nice move up at least to 458 from 457 or so. 457.50, I'm sorry. Still a good trade. And then gray convergence caught a very nice move to the downside, as you can see here. And then it looks like it did flip red here at about 455.60. And then it went all the way down to the low here at 455. So that one, this red convergence here was a win. Even though flow is very close together, I'm still going to try to decipher each one of these. So this one here probably was going to be a wash because look at the chop here. So this one, we're not going to count that one. Red convergence here looks like that one was a very good one. See that it trended down for most of the day until flow flipped, and we probably will have to count. So this one was a win here, and then it flipped green here. So that one was the loss. As you can see, it's pretty clear. Okay, so that one's 1, 2, 3 wins out of 4 trades, 1 loss, 3 for 4. Pretty good. So let's take a peek at Thursday. Aspen, can you turn it down for the 3rd time? Okay, then go into your room, please. While Daddy does this, okay? Okay, so this one was really, really rough, guys. So first 15 minutes we don't count, obviously. It looks like it did flip red here, so we're going to have to count that one as a loss. Flow is really, really rough here. So this is what I mean by wide divergences between calls and puts. When there's a big gap in between them, kind of like you see here at the end of the day, those are the best ones that I like to trade. So you can see that there's lots of chop in the market. When the flow is just all over the place, you don't really know what's going on. Lots of losses here, it looks like, except for maybe these. I'm just going to bunch this one up here. This one looks like that one's a clear winner, actually. So 2 losses in the morning and then 1 win towards lunchtime or so. It did look like it flipped again here, but it kind of chopped around, so we'll just wash that one. It did go down shortly, but it doesn't even really... Maybe it would have been a win. I don't know. I'd probably just wash that because it's still choppy all over. And then here is another loss, actually. You can tell how rough it gets when flows really, really close together, especially at 0. You don't really want to play those. So that one was a loss. And then it looks like it flipped green here, down here, these bars, around that level. That one was a win. You can see that went up about 254.25 and then all the way up to 255. So that was a pretty good win there. And then this one was a clear winner as well, as we had a nice pump up from 450 all the way up to 456.50 or so, 456-ish. So that one was a good win. 1, 2, 3 losses out of 3, so 3 for 6. Now this win rate might be a little bit rough compared to the week prior, but we'll take it as we get. So this day, Friday, was a very good one. It looks like we got some clear winners here. So it's very, very choppy around here. Lots of flow until calls broke out. You can see that it was red about here, and it started around here. So we probably will count this one as a win because it was red. Even though we had choppy flow, it was red for most of the time here, and you could have caught about a $1.50 move to the downside there. Or maybe even $1. Don't want to go overboard here, but that one was a win. Then this green convergence here was the banger of the day, as we went from 456 all the way up to 459, maybe a little bit higher. And then we had a slight pullback, and then we flipped green again up here, which was about at 458.50-ish, 458.75, and then we topped out at around 459. So that one was a win there. So it looks like 3 for 3 on Friday, which would definitely bump up on our win rate a little bit more. Okay, so that was the entire week, guys. So let's tally it all up. So we have, let's see, 9, 13, 16, 20 trades with 5, 8, 11, 14. So it went 14 for 20, which isn't terrible. Let's see what that is. 14 for 20. So that was about a 70% win rate just by using convergence. Now I say this every single week. You can always bump up the win rate of that just strictly by using flow divergences like this, EMAs and Gex levels too, which I talk about all the time. But yeah, 70% strictly using convergence is not bad at all. If you're disciplined, it definitely will boost up, but 70% is definitely okay. I've seen upwards of 80 to 90% in the past couple weeks. So you just got to take it as it gets. It's not always going to be 100%, but 70% win rate is still excellent. But yeah, that was the backtest video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for all of you who watched all the way through. If you guys are interested in linking up with me and talking about convergence, Gex levels, divergences, what the whole shebang, flow, everything, click the link down in the description, the Discord. There is a Cyber Week going on. I may end it here in the next day or two, but I want to give you guys a couple more days. If any of you guys want to hop into that Discord with me, you get all of the live data that you see here, all of the tools and everything, and the community is amazing there. It's very mature, and I love each and every one of you that are already in there. So yeah, link up with me in that Discord. The link is in the description. I will see y'all in the next one.